Today, I want to talk to you about the one thing that took me from side hustle to full time business owner. And that one thing is to change my business model from project based work to recurring revenue. It was probably one of the most impactful decisions I've ever made in my life. I was having success with project based work. I was developing a network of clients and contacts and referral partners, and I was growing my reputation as doing what I said I would do, and all those fundamental things of building goodwill in your business, and all of that was working just fine. But if it's still a side hustle and you're starting to get traction, it starts to eat at you a little bit more because you're like, wow, it's real. It's really happening. People are responding and trusting me, and it feels good. But at the same time, it's like you're not there yet. You're still in your 9 to 5 job. You're still grinding and everything. And basically, this is when I started looking at, okay, what am I not doing? Because I was where you might likely be. You don't know what you don't know. And I started shifting what I was listening to from audiobooks, which were great, to podcasts where people were talking about and I wasn't even calling myself an agency back then. I didn't realize that was even what I was building at the time, to be completely honest. I was just helping companies with their marketing and grow and everything. And I didn't come from an agency to grow an agency. I came from high tech. And sorry, my nose is itching. Anyway, so basically, I started listening to podcasts. And I will say this is from an educational standpoint, and I may have seen a couple YouTube videos back then as well, but this is, around 2013-ish, somewhere in that late 2013, after my second son was born. I started learning about recurring revenue. And I started learning from people in podcasts about exactly what they were doing. And that was the unlock I needed. It was like I finally found people doing something similar to what I was doing, but they were talking about their actual business models. And when you listen to audiobooks and things like that, the advice is very good. You get really good business information to implement and things like that. But like when you're hearing people in a podcast talk specifics, like you're hearing me talk specifics now inside of my YouTube videos, then that's when it really clicked for me. And that is actually what got me out of working my 9 to 5 job, because I went to a couple of the clients I already had who were wanting some more services. And I was like, hey, okay, how about I bundle what we're doing here and add these other things, but instead of you paying this, you start paying this monthly, because it's a lot of work. And it was definitely justified. So I shifted that around and accumulated a few clients to the point to where it was time to make the leap. I remember coming home and talking to my wife one day, and this sounds sappy and cheesy probably, but we were standing in our living room of our house, and I was telling her about how, it was eating me alive to stay in my 9 to 5 job. And she knew the success that I was having. She knew the numbers, because I was sharing those types of things to build trust with her, that this was going to be a good decision, because you should definitely have your partner or spouse or whatever on board with this type of thing. I literally said, why not me? I literally said those words, why not me? Because I'd hit that point of growing and building and grinding and going through all of the motions of growing a company from the ground up, bootstrapped. Like I talked in my last video about how I looked at my job like an incubator, and it definitely was. But still, them late nights, I used to call my office, which was on the second floor looking over our street. We lived on a cul-de-sac street, and I called it the Eagle's Nest. So I was overlooking them late nights. I'd be looking out that window, and and knowing I had to get up and go back to that 9 to 5 the next day, but that I also had a huge amount of work to do for other clients, and it was starting to get hard, and you have to go through that. You have to. But basically, the number one thing that got me out of my 9 to 5 job was definitely recurring revenue, a recurring revenue model. And I never look back. My business I still do project-based work. Like my agency does website design, for example, which is a foot in the door offer now. It's definitely one of our lowest cost things, but and there's a project price associated with it, but there's still a small recurring revenue fee to maintain that website with 100% support ongoing in addition to that. Then all of my other services are recurring. The only other project-based or hourly-based stuff that I've added since then is fractional CMO work and things, but I have kept with the recurring model. Now, lo and behold, everything went to recurring, right? I know it makes some people sick. Hell, I know that my bills are filled with recurring things for my kids' video games, for iPad apps for my kids, and our streaming services, and you can even subscribe to products on Amazon now. And back in 2013, yeah, we had recurring stuff. We've had recurring stuff for us forever, but I'm just saying that it wasn't, to my knowledge, that prevalent back then. So anyway, I hope this helps you if you're maybe in a similar spot as me right now, to know that you may need to look at, I'm not necessarily saying that you go fully with recurring revenue. I'm saying that look at your business model. Is there a way to do a hybrid approach to it? Is there a way what can you do to get scrappy, to expand your revenue streams by repurposing what you already do? Those types of things. So the main objective is to get out and to be on your own and to be free. And once you do have that freedom, just know there comes a new set of challenges in that next phase right after you leave the 9 to 5. But I'm rooting for you. If you have any questions, let me know. Please like the video, subscribe, share with a friend. My name is Charlie Harper. You can find out more about me at charlieharper.net. If you're wanting to boost sales right now, you can go to charlieharper.net/boost and download a free course, 5 ways to boost your small business sales in 5 days. So get on that, and I'll see you in the next one.